Hello, Jeremy Blake Reality Training, and in this video I'm addressing leaders with the challenge and opportunity that you have of rediscovering how best it is that your people learn to learn. How they learn to learn, the method that they use, and what I'm really encouraging you to do here is to grasp with both hands online learning, remote learning, distance learning programs, whatever you want to call it, that are engaging people here, like this. Doesn't matter where they're based. What can they learn through this method? Now, for years, you may have had quite restrictive or set in your ways learning. We do an induction like this. We show people around the factory. They go and work in marketing for a week. They sit with accounts, all sorts of rigid systems that we don't know how well it works. We've dabbled a bit in online learning. We bought a CD-ROM many years ago. We've done some distance learning, but what an opportunity to really redraft what your people learn, the speed at which they learn it, how they learn it, the pace at which they go at, and so on. So often we're dragging everybody through together, and what online learning does is allows one-to-one, peer-to-peer, all sorts of fantastic things to access. Now, on the whiteboard behind you, you'll see, I think, a few things to consider when you're doing this that might help you prioritize. So what's the value of this learning? And what's the value of the different methods and ways that they learn to learn? How we give them access to accelerate learning? How we enable them to learn? Versus the experience of learning. Should this be a shared experience? Should this be a solo exercise? Should this be one-to-one? When do we need to be larger groups? When do we need to be global? When do we bring all our people together and they see everybody? How many organizations are quite large and yet they don't really know people in offices unless they're getting drunk with them once a year at an awards ceremony? I'm sure there's better ways to access that international knowledge. So what's the value versus the experience? And there'll be a short, mid or long-term payoff for that value, for that investment in how they're learning to learn. And all of us, all of you, as leaders of organizations, leaders of departments, you want to take that learning, that experience they have, into understanding, so they then take action, they then do something different with their learning. So I think a real opportunity to completely redesign, reimagine, research how you'd like your organization to be when it comes to the methods, the ways that people learn to learn, the way they are learning to learn. Okay? Look into this. A huge opportunity is right on the plate for you now. Thanks. Jeremy Blake, Reality Training.